Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Financial anxiety, anyone? Worrying about it doesn't help. Earnin does. Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. Just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck. Then access up to $100 a day as you work and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your paycheck. And trust me, I have been there. I am a proud user of Earnin. I have used Earnin in the past, and it is really wonderful when you are in a bind, let me tell you, especially with upcoming rent. And you know how sometimes pay periods don't land on the first and all that good stuff. Listen, you better float and let Earnin do what it do and make magic happen for you, honey, okay? And I didn't even have to worry about it. My next pay period, they just took the money right out, and it was like nothing ever happened. So make Earnin a part of your financial routine and join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who say things like, when I think about Earnin, I think about financial stability, security, and it gives me a lot of peace of mind. So download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type in JadeXD under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. JadeXD under podcast. Subject to your available earnings, location, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. That's you with that badass Benz, ha. That's what you can't keep your old lady, 'cause you keep fucking her friends, ha. You go to court, ha. You got served a subpoena for child support, ha. That was that nerve, ha. You ain't even much get a chance to say a word, huh? I know I ain't tripping, don't bother, got them birds, huh? You won't bust one of them niggas' head, yeah. You ain't scared, huh? You know how to play it, huh? You know you ain't just gonna let a nigga come and punk you, huh? Stunt in front you, huh? Straight up run you, huh?
You know you got that fire green, huh? You know how to use a triple beam, huh? Shit ain't hard as it seems, oh, you keep your body clean, oh, you got a lot of Jabro jeans, oh, some of your partners dope feeds, oh, you don't really want to fuck them niggas, oh, you come up with them niggas, oh, you stuck with them niggas, oh. You a paper chaser, you got your block on fire, remaining a G until the moment you expire. You know what it is to make nothing out of something. You handle your biz and don't be crying when you're suffering. You're a paper chaser, got your block on fire, remaining a G until the moment you expire. You know what it is to make nothing out of something. You handle your biz and don't be crying when you're suffering.
Woha. Woha ha. Ha.
You got that badass face. That's you that can't keep.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. It's Jaden XD. Yes, we are here back on our BS. Yes. Before that, we have special guest.
Original podcast, bro.
Yeah, Dustin Ross here. Hello, Dustin.
What's up? Now that's the kind of multi-hyphenate I want to be. A special guest and an original podcast, bro. I love.
That's right.
How y'all doing?
You know what a podcast, bro. We're great. We're glad to have you here. Dustin's here to get us canceled. Sorry.
Yeah.
They sent the best.
It's about that time, you know. Because when you get canceled, you get a what? A TV deal.
That's right. Cheers to that.
Reality show.
Yeah.
Come up, it's.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers to us.
Before we dive in, you know what we must do first.
Yes.
So Jade.
It is day 278 of the ongoing genocide in Gaza. It is day 452 of the ongoing genocide in Sudan. Currently in Sudan, there's still heavy shelling. In Omdurman, things have relatively calmed down in El Fasher, but that doesn't mean that the RSF isn't still terrorizing civilians. There aren't clashes still happening, and famine is not still affecting the children. So we want to make sure that we are consistently keeping our eyes on what's happening in Sudan. In Palestine, the count as of right now since October is around 186,000 Palestinians killed, which is essentially almost the population of Little Rock, Arkansas. So just to put some things into perspective for you all, that is literally how many Palestinians have been killed since October. And Israel currently, as of yesterday, they massacred 30 Palestinians, mostly women and children, in an attack on UN school and tents for displaced Palestinian in Khan Yunis. Dozens were injured and transferred to a barely operational Nasser hospital, and fourth Israeli school attacked since Saturday. So they are bombing still. There were 50 Palestinians killed and 130 injured in the last 24 hours. And this is why we do this every single week, because they are ramping up on how hateful they can be, which we didn't even think was possible. I don't know how at this point, but we didn't. So that's the update this week as to what's happening in Gaza and what's happening in Sudan. And take us to the United States of America, KKK.
Yeah. So this week I have two things to talk about. One is that I want to talk about state and local judges. Those are, if you aren't aware, I realize some of our agents of chaos are first time voters, which is a great thing. There are judges for state judges for appeal for the appellate court and local judges where most trials commence, especially like criminal and civil, even down to when you have to fight for your traffic ticket.
Yeah.
And so there's 26 states that by this election year will have reelected certain judges. And a couple of states I want to highlight, and I'll put the link in the description box, but Alabama is one. I want to say just a lot of southern states are Florida.
No.
Oh, boy.
Right. Shocking.
Yeah, we have a lot coming up. So I'll put the link in the description box because we don't have time to go through every state, but it's important to research them. What I've learned in my research is that some of them tend to be conservative leaning, down to
not Alabama.
Right, or just in general in the southern districts.
They
right?
put a new heel on the boots. That's why they lean it. Them shit kickers.
So definitely, when you're looking for freedom from petty offenses and crimes being judged and sentenced fairly, you know, these are the types of things we want to look into when it comes to the election, right? Like, look at their because I don't want to endorse any candidate because but I'll just say look at the facts of what you vibe with, right? I also want to talk about Biden and being old.
Oh God.
Donald Trump is old too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I it's very difficult for, like, first of all, I don't know who wants to work at like 78 or 81. Like, fuck that. Like, just in general, let alone run the fucking country. But, you know, I don't want this ageism, and even the liberals, they're so fucking weak, to just be like, no, we need a new candidate or whatever because he's old. Like, no, stick to, like, have a solid game plan.
Well, the problem,
like, you know what I mean?
It's hard. This is the worst election in the history.
Oh yeah,
of
worst
elections.
WrestleMania ever.
Ever.
But like I also just I don't want people to lose sight of facts. Like, age is an important thing in regard, because age doesn't even just apply to the presidency. Maxine Waters is she's older than the president. So it's one of those, like, age across the board needs to be re-examined, especially when it comes to ideas and ideals in governance. So I just, you know,
I'm not voting for Donald Trump. I'm not voting for Donald Trump, flat out. So for me, there's so many layers and so much context that we could dive into and peel back and really break this thing down. But at the end of the day, I'm not voting for Donald Trump. It's very real that they want to turn us into slaves and turn the women into the fucking handmaid's tale. And that's how they want life. They don't want to let us be gay. They don't want to let women have control over their bodies. They don't want to give us access to any resources to have us have any shot in hell at any wealth building opportunities. They don't want to give us nothing. And they want to take back all the little bit of the half of a centimeter off of the ruler that they gave us. They want to snatch that back away from us. So it's really simple. I mean, people have their reasons for whatever, but all of that shit being contrarian just for the sake of, and I want to be part of it. Everybody gonna tell me how to think. Well, sometimes if you're stupid, you do need a little help thinking. And so maybe you do need to listen to what some people are saying, and you need to take care of your business, because it's not an option of voting for Donald Trump, flat out. It's that simple. That simple. So everything else, that's cute, you know, but at the end of the day, we got a job to do. That's it.
Yeah, and that's just not. Look at what they're already doing. They're trying to stack the Supreme Court. That's why what XD is saying about local elections is so important, because they're trying to make they put it in place where judges are going to be in charge of federal decisions of agencies that have expertise in certain areas. They're putting that in the hands of judges, and so, you know, we do have to make sure that we're doing our research and trying to figure out what's gonna be the lesser of two evils, which is really hard. And we acknowledge that it's a really, really, it's like Dustin said, I'm never voting for Donald Trump. Like, that's just not an option for me. But I also understand that I am voting against Donald Trump. I am not also voting for Joe Biden.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is difficult, especially when you look at numbers like 186,000 people killed. And then you look at what's happening with Black people and indigenous people and brown people locally, and what they're talking about doing with immigration, and it feels hopeless. So we do want to make sure that we are informing ourselves in the best way that we absolutely can in such dire times.
And that's not from a fucking meme on Facebook. So whatever you think you saw with a Nefertiti head and a lion and a wooden staff and some nigga proverb on it, that's not doing your research. Get your ass off of the computer and take your motherfucking ass to the library, or listen to someone.
Periodicals.
Get into the periodicals, or listen to someone who has taken the time to train themselves and be educated on the political processes and on how, as flawed as it is, but on how it operates, so that you know the mechanics of it, and then listen to what they have to say and apply that to what's important to you, what platforms are important to you, what issues are important to you, and what types of things you don't want to see happen in the future. It's a very simple task. It's a very simple task. So handle your business.
Yeah. And you know, I get it. Like for my fellow radicals, I completely understand that the bipartisan system is not working for us. And like I can acknowledge all of those things and say this shit needs to be burned to the fucking ground. But while we are here, we have to figure out what's going to be in the best interest of us so that we, you know, I don't know. It's just, it's hard.
No, you do know. You're making perfect sense, Jade. You do have to be aware and considerate of the obvious glaring, decades long and old flaws of this fucked up, shoddy ass system that is designed for us to fail, right? That does need to be burned to the ground, but then what? And a lot of the people who are having these conversations about burning shit down don't know what to do after that. So that's my thing. Educate yourselves, figure it out, and let's get to the point where you can actually dismantle some things, just like them fucked up, dirty ass Republicans are trying to do with that Project 2025 shit that they've already implemented by packing the Supreme Court full of conservative judges who are younger than the other ones that are on there and will last longer. That's a lifetime appointment. That was step one in their plan to uproot any shot in hell that we have at success, wealth building, and just continuing a free life. They're trying to dismantle that. That's what they're trying to take away, and they're organized. So all that rah-rah shit is cute and real.
Thank you for saying that, Dustin.
Be organized. And
we have to organize, and we have to organize. Like that is the only way that we're gonna get some shit done. Community and organization are two extremely important qualities to have when you are doing anything political. And so, you know, I agree. Burn this shit down, but let's do this in the most effective way that we can. And that is that. How was your week, XD?
It was cool. I took a break. Well, this was past July 4th weekend. Yeah, that's what we're coming back from. What did I
Something
do?
like that.
I forgot. I was at home. Like I vegged out. Like I played video games.
Big bull energy.
Yeah, I ordered food. I cooked for the 4th.
What'd you make?
Not for the 4th.
You know, for the 4th. I made proper potato salad.
Yes, Lord.
And I thought about you because I had celery seed.
Right. That's the little celery seed there. That's right.
But just a touch.
And also, Duke's mayonnaise is so high. But that's
everything is fucking high.
Oh my god! And I was like, thankfully, it's only me who eat it, so I didn't make that much. But I was just like, oh girl. But
a small potato salad. I don't think I've ever done that. That's a new challenge.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. I had to adapt this white girl's recipe. All I just did was just use her. I just used her quantities of Yeah, no, I have regular recipes of food. It's just instead of like cooking a whole bunch of potatoes, I only use 3.
Now, what potatoes did you use?
The golden
Yukon
ones.
Gold.
Very good. Yes, very good.
That's
very
all.
good.
That's all I have in my house. So it's just like that.
It's my usual go-to.
I don't mind an Idaho potato. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. Niggas don't sleep on russets now. Don't sleep on russets.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I like a solid russet with for a
sometimes
baked potato.
We've got to go back to the natural order of things. And russets for a mashed potato and a baked potato.
Ain't nothing like it. I'm sorry.
And a French fry.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes.
I cooked. And then otherwise, I didn't do much of anything. I didn't even work. I just kind of just...
Dustin, you're on the opposite end of the spectrum. So tell us about your debauchery for Pride.
Oh yes, it was Pride.
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, now it's shame. So that should let you know how Pride was. Great time, seeing a lot of people I hadn't seen in many, many years. That's one of the best parts about Pride is it's like a big ass reunion. Much like if you don't, if you ain't gay, then it's just like going to like Black Beach Weekend at Daytona Beach, or going to like
weekend at
Bell House
Beach.
Weekend, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. Yes, and Bike Week. And Bike Week. Yes.
Bike Week.
So
what was it? What was there when I was in college? The Kappa Beach Party.
Kappa Beach Party. That's right. So these are big yearly events where people gather together from all over and you see people. It's a great time. I did have fun. Now, you do know I am a social person, so I had a great time. That's important to me. Even with naysayers like Jade, it's still important to me to be social and be outside. So yes, ain't no shame in my game. And you're damn right I was outside and I had a wonderful time. And then I went to Straight Pride. I went to Soul Summit this weekend.
That's not straight pride.
It's not.
That's not straight pride at all. It's gayer than the regular pride.
Yeah.
Straight Pride. Now you see me, right?
Yeah.
So it was a continuation, and it was so funny because people were literally saying, it still feel like it's Pride. It looked like
Yeah.
What did they just say?
Soul Summit sells like cereal dust. So all gays
they play
like
house
music.
Dust. So
yeah.
It's just the gays who dance with no shoes on. That's all. It's just that's the only difference.
Gays love a gospel beat.
Yeah.
So it's
same.
It was fun. So yes, I did
a good time.
Had a good time. Long week of work and fun and play. Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
How was your weekend?
It was good. We cooked out. You know what I'm saying? You will hear this on Getting Grown next week. So sorry, but Tristan took me on a date.
Family matters.
Ooh. I know, because we did it after. But he did. He planned out a whole day, and was like, "I'll tell you where we're going after each stop." So we went and got tacos, and then he was like, "All right, now we're gonna go walk down and go to this weed exhibit, this museum that had a smoke lounge as well." So we did that, and he was like, "Okay, now we're gonna go to after we were there for a few hours." He's like, "Now I made a dinner reservation. We're gonna go to dinner," and we went to dinner, and it was like, this is how you plan it. This is how you plan a date day. You go out at 1:30 and you're back home by 9:30.
Yeah,
Black love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
ain't nothing like it.
It's nice. It's revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? Not to be the niggas.
It's political.
It is. It's political. I'm just like the niggas in the skirts with the fringe at the bottom. But and then I came home and watched Pentecostal, Dustin.
Episcopalian, not Episcopalian. You just pronounced it
Episcopalian. Then I watched Essence Fest on Friday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Busta Rhymes.
He was big and upset.
He cut everybody out, didn't he?
Everybody.
Now I don't want to be, I still, my goal is to go to Essence Fest. I've yet to go, but like he wasn't really cursing out anybody. Like there wasn't anybody there to see him.
No, and okay,
it was a storm, right? It was a storm that night.
Yeah,
because my sister lives down there. And she was like, "It's a flash flood, Jade." She was like, "Half these niggas can't get to the Superdome right now. Like they're stuck." And then that's not really Busta's demographic. And I've been to a number of Busta concerts and always have a good time. But I'm like, you cannot go spraying Moet at the crowd at fucking Essence Fest.
I think you can, personally. Because you got to think about where those people are. Think about how old how old is Busta Rhymes?
60.
Too damn.
Yeah, how Busta Rhymes, those fans are in their 50s. That's the demographic. When you go down to Essence, you see black people, not just a majority women, but you see black people 30s, 40s, 50s, some 60s, but like that 35 to 55, that's who's down there. So I feel like
I'm saying, but at that point now, your crowd, that was fun in 2002. But now I'm grown and I went outside and I do not want to walk around sticky with Moet all over me because you decided to get all brouhaha hype on the stage and spray niggas down like it was still 20 years ago.
Like they sprayed his hairline.
Nobody was there.
Turn the house lights on. New Orleans, y'all look like y'all tired. You motherfuckers ain't ready. Everybody that's here, get the up. Sir and miss, thank you.
Oh. And like his Ozempic journey is so confusing to me.
It is. He wears jeans
highs and lows, highs and lows.
Yeah, it's like when he misses a shot, it'd be like woof.
Yeah. Did y'all see him on the beach in Jamaica with his jeans on?
Looking like looking like Lego people. He looks like he hair and a body. He looks like Lego people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He looks like he's gonna be in Pharrell's Lego movie.
I tell you what, though, that motherfucker would cuss me out if you want to. I'd have answered this question. What he asked Janet was going to be, it's going to be an ass.
Exactly.
Like
and you're going to hear me because it's empty as fucking here.
Yeah. Talking to
like, it's your first time. Be blessed.
Yeah.
I would have slowly put my phone in my back pocket. What just happened? Oh.
You're back.
I would have slowly put my phone in my back pocket. That's what I would have done.
I'd have turned the flash on and pointed it right at his ass. I got a story about using the flash on my phone as a weapon of mass destruction, but that's another story for another time.
We'll tell that right after the break.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Pay some bills and then let's come back.
Okay. Thank you for listening each and every week. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Become an agent of chaos by joining our Patreon. You have 2 tiers to join. Total Access, which is $9.99, and Total Access Plus, which is $12.99. Shout out to all of you who came out, who are members of the Total Access Plus. Mm-hmm. You all came out for our live this past week. It was fun. It was a wang dang.
We had a time last night.
Yeah, we had a time last night. Mm-hmm. And all that jazz. Again, subscribe to us on YouTube. It's freer than you and me. And so it's where we do all our 90-day recaps. Join the Discord. It's free. That's where the Agents of Chaos commune and discuss and just vibe and just
fellowship.
Be and fellowship, because ain't no ship like fellowship.
Okay.
And let's take a break. Or do you have any announcements, Jade?
Oh, no.
Oh,
no. Oh, wait. No.
Okay. Delo is still available for purchase. Unisex fragrance by Moi. So go get you some. Let's take a break and we'll be back because Dustin's going to tell us a story about how he uses flash on his phone as a weapon of mass destruction. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
This is a catch-all term that used to be very in vogue, particularly among the wealthy. Not so much anymore, and why is that? I liked it.
Well, many people kind of miss it these days because it does seem to describe what a lot of people feel like they're going through. But when psychiatry started...
And we're black. Dustin, the floor is yours.
Tell us how you were problematically American.
All right, so bust this.
You were being Kentucky.
I was being resourceful.
A Walmart.
So, long story short, I was at a concert it was here in New York. I was at a concert at Irving Plaza. And
what nigga was performing?
So
at
one
Irving
of my
Plaza?
friends.
You had to run in zigzag formation.
So someone was performing, and one of my friends was
to get to the bar.
Involved in the show, and so they told me to come downstairs.
The shooting.
They told me to come downstairs. I'm trying so hard. They told me to come. I feel like I'm in the Flintstone cards. Feet don't fail me now. Okay. So, because I'm trying to move us forward. Okay.
Because I want to be.
I'm upstairs in VIP. The person that invited me to the show says, "Hey, do you want to come watch downstairs by the downstairs basically on the side of the stage, right?" So I'm like, yeah. So they're like, okay, well, come down. But Irving Plaza is standing room only. It's not assigned seating. It's like general admission.
Yeah.
So I had to cut through the crowd of people to get to the front. And this is in between the opening act and the headliner. And so the people who had gotten there early to be in the front, they obviously thought that myself and my friend were trying to like cut in front of them just to be in the front, but we weren't. We were trying to get across this barricade to like the side of the stage. They didn't know that though. They just thought these two guys were trying to take their spot. So I kind of knew that going into it. But we just got to keep moving forward. My friend is a little less, he's a little more aloof than me. And so he was being all apologetic and shit. We getting cussed out as we walking through or whatever. And so finally we get over the thing. And a group of the ladies that had cussed us out was like right in front of the barricade. We're on the other side now. So they're seething because we're literally, on the side of the stage, whatever. They had cussed us out so bad or whatever. Make a long story short, I was like, okay, I'm not going to say nothing to them right now. But on the way out of here, when we're walking out, it's showtime at the Apollo. Okay, I was about to, it's about to be comic view in that motherfucker because I was going to have an audience and I was going to get my payback for the things that they said about us because they called us some shit while we was walking through that crowd. So I was going to get their ass back. I
was like, oh, man.
But God put his hand on my shoulder. There's a section of this artist show where they dedicate it to people that have passed on. And so they tell you to do what? Turn your lights on, right? The way that the spot was made that we was standing, I could easily reach back and do like this with my phone. And because of the way the barricade was made, they couldn't reach over and grab it or do anything to it. So I was like, okay. And it was so packed that they were smashed up against that thing. So I was like, you know what? I should not do this because this is probably so disrespectful to the deceased person that they're dedicating this moment to.
Oh, I didn't know.
But once again, it's on. So I turned that, the light on that iPhone, that light looked like when you die, if you lived a good life, you going, it looked like the heaven light, celestial.
That's a project light.
So it is. Yeah.
It is a project light.
Yeah. So I took my phone, baby, and I turned right around, and the three of them was right there in that thing. And it's a long song that they want you to have your phone up for. I had my shit. I was turning it. Your face should, and you should have heard. It was all swinging their hands and shit. I put that. I know them motherfuckers. They walked out that bitch blinking that night. I know.
Like they saw dots all night.
They was out the dope the whole night fucking with me. That's what you get. Stars and stripes, motherfucker. That's what you get. So yes, I did do that. I did do that. I could blinded by the light. I could. I was trying, but it was just. I just kept remembering the vitriol with which their
fingertips,
groovy grape, wet and wild lipstick wearing ass lips was spitting those words at us. Their lipstick was the color of XD shirt. You know how old they were. So,
you have a personal beef with the color burgundy.
Mm-hmm. Maroon.
You really.
Oh, wine.
Wine.
Why?
Aubergine. Yeah.
What is your beef?
It's old. So now.
It does give, I will say, it does give old, Midwestern old.
It gives fashion fair.
Especially on a rounded nail, but we ain't going to call no names around here.
Anyway, okay, first of all, these are not rounded nails with your black ass.
Anyway, you had them two-shell motherfucking Buick
and they were fire
nails. And I was like, Jay,
let me tell you what you will never do. Where's them ladies from the concert so I can join forces with them?
somewhere at the optometrist. Somewhere doing like that. That's where the ass is at. But they won't say it no more. Anyway, go ahead.
So, this is about to be a real harsh transition. But, July is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month.
It is.
And we decided to
have me on the show.
Yes.
Yeah. That was,
to prove that you too can make it through the rain.
Yes.
But,
Listen, we are coming from this. So many of us deal with mental health issues and, whether it be depression, anxiety, social anxiety, and as Blacks, we've got to talk about these things. But as Blacks, we also know how to take our plights and twist them into delights.
That's our Black job.
And so that's our black jobs.
Turn our bullshit into beignets. That's a good one.
And so, with that being said, we have a playlist that speaks to Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, even though we're not really minorities no more. That's why they're doing things like birthing 1,000 children, providing sperm for 1,000 children, because they're trying to become the number one race.
Or running for president of the United States as a convicted
Same
felon.
shit. Yes. Same shit. May I start?
Yes.
So, this is more, some of these are not so straightforward and some of them are. This is a very straightforward selection because I brought up Essence Fest because shout out to Scarface of the Ghetto Boys. Okay. One of my favorite, one of the greatest rappers
of all time.
Of all time. Okay. So Scarface performed, and he's had some health issues and he's had some mental health issues, and he's been very vocal about those. And so for those who didn't know, my first selection, My Mind is Playing Tricks on Me by the Ghetto Boys, is a song that is actually about mental health crises, because he has attempted Dustin.
At night I can't sleep, I toss and turn, candlesticks in the dark, visions of bodies being burned. Four walls just staring at a nigga. I'm paranoid, sleeping with my finger on the trigger. My mother's always stressing I ain't living right, but
because he has had his own plights in the past. So yes, the Ghetto Boys, My Mind is Playing Tricks on Me.
Okay.
I'm standing alone in my room looking at handles.
I'll go next.
Okay.
Do I want to start? It's like, how do I want to start this? Am I going in strong? Oh, okay, fine, strong.
These niggas know where they're at, and if they don't, they've got to leave.
Well, listen, this person, I first heard this song with Chris playing NBA 2K. I was like, these young niggas got like uplifted music and everything.
Yeah.
And so, I know she don't really like fuck with children like that, and neither do I. But it's Crowned by Chica.
Finally start to believe, and that's me. Listen, I'ma make it in the rain or shine. All about my money, don't waste my time. Ain't nobody gonna bring me down. I'm on an elevator.
I love Chica. She makes really good music. She does.
She does. Because Crowned, I think it has like Kirk Franklin on. Like it's like no one can take my crown. Yes.
Except a child. Except a child.
I feel almost Nina Simone like. You know what I mean? Like, I feel.
What?
That's how black I feel.
You hate Nina Simone.
I know. That's crazy. That's a step below just going to date a white man. That's how black I felt,
I love that selection. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so it's my turn.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So for my first song, I wanted to kick shit off with the first song that I ever knew was about mental health awareness. You know what I'm saying? And my mama used to watch this movie all the time about this lady that had passed away in a plane crash, and she used to make us watch it when we was little and shit. And I ain't know nothing about her until then, but her name was Patsy Cline, and the song is called Crazy.
Crazy.
Patsy Cline, yes.
What?
Crazy. This is the first song I ever knew about mental health.
I'm mad. Yeah. I'm mad. That's not okay.
That's the first song I ever knew about mental health.
I'm gonna let you. So, okay, work.
You see why he came here? An agent, a supreme agent of chaos is what you are.
Okay.
Jade.
Yeah, Jade, it's your turn.
So you know
it's some shit already. You hear that? That's how you know right there. She's setting us up.
We all have if we don't deal with it ourselves, we got family members, and sometimes they haven't quite been diagnosed with things. But we've always known that there were some things there. And I had an aunt who liked to switch things up quite often.
What do you mean switch things up?
Her wigs, her
drag.
looks, her drag. Yeah, it was different geesh, every day of the week, whoever she wanted to be. And it was based off of, who was present.
Oh,
yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And so my selection based off of, shout out to you, girl. She's a good time. She's a good time. When you're a kid, you don't know what any of this means.
You think
she was a blast. Yeah. And so the song that always comes to mind when I think about her is Alexander O'Neal's Fake. Had brown eyes, but now they're blue. And those false eyelashes that you're wearing too. Yeah. She always had gentleman callers. She was a good time.
Wasn't that wrong with her? Go ahead.
No, I think it was everybody else personally.
Yeah. It was work.
They were. So
okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to, mental health, we have to worry about unhealthy coping mechanisms. There are people resort to hypersexuality or a whole cutting themselves and blah 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 blah, right? And there are other things that you can do that can help, anxiety or quell whatever thoughts, intrusive thoughts you have or whatever. And so my selection is Jhené Aiko's Trying to Smoke.
Gotta plant the seed sometime, then you let it grow. Inhale, exhale, some more.
Yes. I think
I'm trying to smoke.
That's my jam. That's my jam.
I don't really like her whispering ass like that, but that's a tune.
I have a follow-up to that, but I will go after Dustin. That was very good.
Thank you.
Okay, so my next one, I know you're not supposed to use coping mechanisms or whatever, but some people like to eat like Chinese food, like comfort food like that. Or some people like to go to the liquor store. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or some people might like to go to a saloon, depending on where you live. You live in Wyoming somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You might go to a saloon. So this song title, right, sounds like it could be the name of all three. It could be the name of a saloon. It could be the name of a bar. It could be the name of a liquor store. It could be the name of a Chinese food place. So my song is Lucky Star by Madonna.
Or Nostrum.
And I feel like I have visited all three.
Yeah. And maybe a casino too.
Yeah. And a bus.
Yeah. Okay. that goes to Boston.
Yeah.
or DC.
Atlantic City.
Yeah, I've been on that multiple times.
It's on you,
Thank
Jay.
you. Thank you, Dustin. This works for me, especially in the last several months, where my spirit has been much, much heavier, which has taken a toll on my mental health. And I find it to be a healthy coping mechanism. Mm-hmm. And that would be Minnie Riperton and Stevie Wonder's Take a Little Trip.
Check out all the things that you left behind.
You're the one who always wants to have
Take a little trip in your mind and explore it. Mm-hmm. So I find that to be a very, sometimes you gotta tune out and tap out and just daydream, imagine some shit. Just what? What?
Let me clap my tongue. I'm not gonna say that.
No, this is not about shrooms, nigga, or about who I take shrooms with, because I know you're being hateful.
Yeah.
Because you hate black women.
Season 3 of American Horror Story. Go ahead, XD. Love it. Go ahead, XD.
No, go ahead, say it. Yeah. Dustin thinks that I am a part of some giant coven that sprinkles spells all over Brooklyn.
Thanks.
Yeah, watch yourself.
I mean, Jade. I mean, he's not.
I know.
And
for all the girlies like myself, make sure you get your new copy of the Book of Juju. Yeah. Okay, Africana spirituality for healing, liberation, and self-discovery. Shout out to Juju.
Yeah, like I don't see how he's wrong in his assessment.
Me neither. But anyway, who's next?
We just pulled out the registration book. So there you go.
That's right.
The registrar.
So you watch your back, nigga. Okay. I'm surrounded by amazing black women.
They love me.
They do.
So my next selection is it's a cry for help, honestly. Sometimes you get deep down and you just be like, you know what? Look, I can't stop crying. Inside my heart, it's slowly dying. So Carl Thomas, Emotional.
Yeah.
So right. What's a man to do when he just can't take no? What's a man to do? What am I to do when my heart beats me to the door? Now I've tried.
Obvious. Yeah.
Like when you're wearing turtleneck sweaters on July 10th, it's a problem.
You're not wrong when you're right.
Mm-hmm.
When it gets worse. Oh, my bad, Dustin.
No, go ahead. I don't mean to step on your toes. Go ahead.
Well, it's just because it's the follow. If you're wearing a cream sweater in July and you're outside at night smoking cigarettes by Tweet.
Oh my God.
Things may not be the best.
You was going through it.
You're going through it.
Call the lady.
And sometimes it be like that.
Mm-hmm.
So my next song is kind of centered around financial literacy, because obviously oftentimes something that can drive you to the brink, right? Of your sanity. It's money, funny money problems or whatever, not understanding, something related to money. So this song to me really encompasses every emotion you feel when you're in some sort of financial crisis or financial hardship or just anything dealing with the complexity of financial planning and literacy. So this song is by the group AMG. It's called Bitch Better Have My Money.
That's valid.
It is.
Honestly.
It is. It is. It is.
Money is a root.
Hello, of evil, of sad, of happy.
And not maca.
Of genocide. Yes, no money is a root.
Yeah, it's a root.
Shut up, Dustin. Maca root's very good for you, by the way.
It gives you energy.
I put some in those short ribs that I made for you.
Oh, that was great.
You're welcome.
Let's take a break. And we'll be back after this. More with Jaden XD and Dustin. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, that is what there is no good word for right now, and what a lot of people are kind of longing for. And Well, one expert told me it's not in the book because it's not a disorder. It's really modern life. But everybody kind of knows what you mean. It's when your ability to behave as...
And we're black. Having a time and discussion, and music. Whose turn is it next?
Yours.
Jade,
Oh, it's mine?
It's XD's turn. Remember, you went, then it went back to me. Now it's XD's turn.
Oh.
Catch up, mustard. Mustard. Mustard on the beat, ho.
Ooh, you better. Ooh, nigga.
The line.
Ooh, nigga.
The line.
Ooh,
Don't cross it. The line. Just get up on it. The line.
The
Don't
line's
cross
very
it.
blurry.
Just get up on it.
Ooh, nigga. Sorry.
It's Helen Keller blurry.
Oh my God. This is a terrible combination of human beings.
And then I said, now see, I ain't even looking like that. I just
whatever. She was racist, so I don't give a fuck.
And if you can't
Wait,
see
Helen Keller was racist?
How did she even know how to be one if she couldn't even?
What?
I guess it's really a feeling. What a feeling.
It's giving Clayton big. Wait, hold on.
Look at it.
Hold on.
Helen Keller was a racist.
Wait a minute. Helen Keller was a racist. The Helen Keller you didn't learn about in school. Wait a second. Wait. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Was it about? Oh, she was a Cancer. Not her born the day before Noah. Blah 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 blah. Straight up. Wait, she co-founded what?
Racism.
Yeah.
She co-founded racism.
Wait a minute. No, she wasn't. She co-founded the American Civil Liberties Union, and she was an early supporter of the NAACP and an opponent of lynchings.
Yeah, but what did the end? What did the end?
And she was an early proponent of birth control.
She must have relearned and like I was an accidental racist.
Wait, what?
Because there was early writings where she was talking about how she was like Anne Ryan or whatever her name is.
I need to go.
Either way, I'll do more research. Why are we defending Helen Keller?
I'm not defending. I just wanted to. You were the one who said she was racist.
I don't know
and I wanted to know.
Right. He was just shocked when you said that. We was like, what the fuck?
Like,
Keller was a fucking racist. Like, that's that.
Well, then my next selection is dedicated to Helen Keller. It's Mango Butter by Duran Bernard because she's a bad bitch and possibly that nigga, so she founded the NAACP.
I'm a bad bitch and I'm that nigga. I don't think you
heard me. Your pendulum swings wide. Your pendulum swings very wide. Whose turn is it?
It's my turn.
Go ahead, Dustin. Go ahead, Dustin.
So, again, back to coping mechanisms or whatever we think, gets us through. Sometimes I know when I've been stressed out to where I didn't know what I was going to do, I knew to just do what I could do. Because sometimes that's all you can do. And so this song lyrically reflects that. It reflects that sentiment and that logic-based reasoning. This song is by Mad Cobra. It's called Flex, also known as Time to Have Sex. Because sometimes that's all you can do to get through the rough times.
no more girl flex. Time to have sex. Look how long you have the road boy, you sweat girl flex. Time to have sex. Look how long you have the road boy before she reach.
So thank you.
You're not wrong about that. Sometimes you gotta hump it away. That's what Solange said, right?
Well, yeah, it didn't work though. She was like, "It's like crazy in the sky."
I know. Which is next on the playlist.
Well, if I could go again, because I have a Solange moment as well. I wouldn't mind doubling down on things.
Yes, come with it.
Sometimes also, positivity is what it's all about. You have to look at the glass as half full, not half empty. And Solange has an interlude on her When I Get Home album that I think reflects that, even down to the punctuation included in the title. It's called Not Screwed.
It's not screwed.
The Not Screwed interlude by Solange is my next number.
Yes. Oh, well then you know what? I followed up with another Solange song. Look at Queen of Mental Health and Wellness.
Which is hellness.
It is hellness, especially when you're taking care of it properly. It would be an ode to self-care.
Take it up tonight, break it up tonight. Baby, you know you're tired. No, I'm tired. Let's take it up tonight, break it up tonight. Baby,
The masturbation song.
Borderline, an ode to self-care. Yes. Because I tried to rub it away. And then I put one in the air. What you got next, XD?
There is sometimes, gospel, regardless of your religious affiliation, gospel music makes you feel something.
That's right.
It be like, and sometimes you need music to just use, like, to feel that emotion or push forward or make you feel something. One of the most moving scenes in all cinema is at the very end of the 5 Heartbeats. And the group came together to pay their respects. And my next song is by the 5 Heartbeats from the original soundtrack, I Feel Like Going On. That's cinema. Like, that's Robert Townsend deserved a Peabody Academy Award.
Robert Townsend does not get enough of his things, if we're being honest. First and foremost, Raphael Sadiq's entire set at Essence Fest was dedicated to Meteor Man. Did y'all see him? He looked like the best Golden Lord I've ever seen. He had the hair, it was spray, but he had a black, like, ninja suit outfit on and a blouse that I feel had a cold shoulder, but it was covered with a blazer.
Like Nene.
Like he was just like Nene.
He was just like Nene back in the day.
He was.
She be having that shit on now, but back in the day, people wear them shoulders out.
Well, I didn't see the shoulders out, but that's what I imagined when I took a little trip in my mind. So, but Robert Townsend, he doesn't get enough of his things, and I think we need to dedicate an entire episode to him.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, speaking of
5 Heartbeats, we haven't been, I Feel Like Going On.
Speaking of cold shoulder shirts, my next song
and Nesby
is all encompassing of things that could just bring you to it just really reflects mental health awareness for minorities and people that wear cold shoulder shirts. This song is by Rick James. It's called Ghetto Life.
I was young and crazy, didn't know what my life would be. I was dumb and oh so lazy.
I was having big fun.
Hanging out with fellas. Hanging with the fellas. Messing with the cute chicks.
Ghetto life.
Which also in ghetto life, we don't address mental health enough. That is part of the problem. We just be saying people got bad attitudes or they sad all the time or something's wrong with them.
Sometimes.
That explains my next song.
What's that?
Hate on Me by Jill Scott.
And artists.
In reality, I'm gonna be who I be, and I don't feel no fault for all the lies that you bought. You can try as you may, break me down, but I say
I don't care what nobody says. Jill Scott is hell on wheels.
You know exactly why I put it on.
Believe it.
Y'all know.
I'm gonna tell
exactly
you, I found out too when I watched that first Dave Chappelle block party and Erykah Badu was performing.
Oh,
look at her,
Queen.
I think Queen. She can do it her way, and no one can. Nobody can do it her way, and no one can do it mine. It was just it felt competitive. You know what I'm saying? Then she would always have a mug on when she would be holding her baby. I remember some pictures of her and her baby at the beach when she had her kid, and she was holding the baby, and her and the baby was. Now the sun was out. Okay, the sun was out, so that may have contributed to this. But it looked like they had 100-pound eyelids because they both was doing. They both had the screw face, and so that's why I was like, well, maybe she's mean. Maybe she. Remember back in the day, they taught you about warm fuzzies and what cold prickly. So maybe she's a cold prickly.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the moment I knew something was amiss was when she went to the very first location of the Sable Collective.
Shout out
and
to
she
the
was
Sable
visiting the store. Shout out to the Sable Collective. Shout out to Shanti and Around the Way Curls. So she was at the Sable Collective and she took a video with her phone. And I was like, oh, she's gonna shout my girl's store out. But no, she didn't. She held her phone up and she was just spinning and smiling in the camera phone while she spun in the middle of the Sable Collective. And I was infuriated.
And that's why she wrote Hate on Me. Despite you.
And she also wrote Living My Life Like It's Golden Despite me as well. Because I hate that fucking song.
You want to talk about like wreaking havoc? That was the theme song to the fucking Golden Globes for like a decade.
Oh no!
Even white people love that song.
That's why
they do. It's in the pile of This Is How We Do It and Apple Bottom Jeans. It's in that same pile.
Like they too play it at their own Mary Kay
and Return to the Mac.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Return to the Mac.
Yeah.
Sidebar, Jade, and that damn Worst Roommate Ever shit on Netflix. You know that white lady pissed me the fuck off when she was saying how they threw the party to get that guy out because he hated loud party, rap music, and smoking weed. And she's like, "Oh, I'm a Wu-Tang gal."
Oh, what's you a Wu-Tang?
I'm a Wu-Tang gal. I mean, I said we got rowdy. I'm a Wu-Tang gal. Turn up the Wu-Tang. I was like, if this hoe say Wu-Tang one more motherfucking time.
I was season 2.
Yeah,
he watched season 1 first. Wait, but did you see the one yet? I told you where where the lady ended up having to pitch the tent in the middle of the living.
She was a lesbian.
Oh yes. Went out and Rockaway Park.
Yes.
Yes.
I felt bad for her when she was crying.
I did too.
She didn't get the house back.
Yeah.
And then the way she was sitting in that chair, she had her posture. It was just funny, but wasn't nothing funny about what happened. It was the way she
no.
City.
It was the way
the tent wasn't funny. It was just like, damn, he took over your bedroom and you had to pitch a tent in the middle of the living room.
A
That's
whole
great.
Coleman in your
what about when he
That's
slammed
crazy.
her legs in that door?
Oh,
remember he said, she said,
I feel like we covered that on this show.
We did.
Right?
I think so. But we talk about so many things.
It's not
Waking
funny.
up in the morning. Because
it's not funny, but the animation,
about it.
the fact that
I know. Why did they animate it?
She said that her leg was in the door. She stopped the door with her leg, and he started slamming the door on her leg repeatedly, and then took a knife and started cutting it. And she said, "I said, oh hell no, oh no, oh yeah, bitch, what the fuck? Your leg is literally sliced and diced." I don't know,
no.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway. Whose turn is
Jade?
Well, yes. So
Oh no, Dustin, I think it's your turn. I'm sorry.
It is your turn, Dustin. All I got was that, when you make those little incisions into a hot link?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Why would you bring that up for me to even have that thought in my head?
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Okay, so this song is related to music. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe music has thrown, even though music can be a healing agent, sometimes maybe it can throw you back into the bellow, bowels, underbelly, gut bacterias of life. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you need to listen to Riri, okay? None other than Aretha 4-door casket Franklin, okay, with the feet out, who said
Cordova.
Who said that's right, who said suicide door casket, who said, don't play that song for me.
A song.
A jam. Well, maybe not a jam. A song. You're right. A song.
That's a jam. That's the jam. Don't play that song for me. Because it brings back sweet memories. Now, that was Big Titty Aretha. That was back when she was on Soul Train. And she had on, them sacks that oranges and lemons and shit come in. She had on like a bra made out of that.
A macrame.
Yeah. Wait, when she had on the little skirt to match it?
It was orange, situation. Yeah. And Ree got down. I just seen plenty of pictures of her with cigarettes and in nightclubs and brass. She was that girl. Yeah, she spent all them years locked up in them churches. So she got out, got famous and lit, and she was the baddest motherfucker walking when it came to singing. Please.
She's not wrong. You're not wrong.
Big Reed.
And she did. She would let her titties out, and I appreciate that. Her and Shaka, I appreciate that.
Well, it's exactly why I said if she can have her feet out, crossed at the ankle in the casket. I think she changed clothes. Didn't she change clothes?
She did. It was an 8-hour set.
Okay, so if she can do that, then that was my inspiration, my greatest inspiration to go ahead and let me get one too, right? So I want my shit 4 doors, just like hers. You know what I'm saying? Bottom half open too, and I want them to take my hand on the back, right, and stitch these fingers together right here, so my hand is cupped like this. Then do a butterfly stitch. Take my hand and put it, on myself. I want to hold myself. All you need is a butterfly stitch. That's all you got to do.
Hold my dick in the afterlife.
I want to hold myself, and I want my casket open like her. Yeah.
So I would like them to lay my body on my. When you sleep and you lay on your back, and you got one leg is stretched and the other one is like in a triangle. That's how I would like to lay.
You look like an Ailey dancer.
Like I'm
Revelation top this motherfucker.
That's right.
I thought you was when you said you was asleep, I thought you was gonna say you want your mouth open. Can you imagine going to a casket? or this one, right? Or this one.
No.
Hell no. I'd be like, yo, is this motherfucker still dying?
That's worse than when they have them dead people propped up and like nails or
standing up or some shit.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, I don't like that. Why is that a thing now?
It's hard to let go.
N-words.
I know. It's codeine.
Mental health. Call
awareness.
the lady.
Yeah. Speaking of Call the Lady, the next selection on my list is Jay-Z's 444.
I apologize, often womanized. Took for my child to be born, see through a woman's eyes. Took for these natural twins to believe in miracles. Took me too long for this song. I don't deserve you.
You know what I'm saying? Because even though he had to call the lady about his, and yes, he's still a Zionist, but even though he had to call the lady about his relationship issues, his issues with promiscuity and adultery, he also needed to see them because, he talks about his childhood and how his mother started seeing the lady and he started seeing the lady and how it opened up communication.
His mother married the lady.
Yes.
That's what you're talking about, or you mean seeing the lady like therapy?
The therapy.
I thought you meant seeing like dating.
Not her being a lesbian.
Oh, well, I love that album. I think it's a great body of work. Personally, that is an incredible body of work from Jay-Z.
It's one of his better than the recent, since his fake retirement the first time.
I love 444.
My next song. Oh, where am I going here? Okay, I know where I'm going. We've been talking about them a lot recently. They're my favorite R&B group. And sometimes, well, I don't think they sing gospel music. I just think they sing R&B music. It happens to be about Jesus. Kind of. But it's Survive by Mary Mary. That's a jam.
Mary Mary.
It's like my favorite R&B duo. They're like West Coast changing faces, honestly.
The first City
Girls.
And
a delightfully black family. Yeah, they were the first City Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, the city of Los Angeles. They are really a joy to watch. And they are a black ass family that I thoroughly enjoy. They're relatable.
All of them sisters. Did you see the 30-part saga? The gas saga?
Nope. I saw something about dating a nigga pulling up in a BMW and a Toyota.
Basically, Goo borrowed Erica's car because she has a bigger truck, but they exchanged cars, and she was hoping that Erica would like put gas on her tank because she purposely dropped it off over there because it was on E, because she was like, oh, my rich big sister go fill up my tank. And Erica was like, I don't think so.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. That's the one you told me about. I didn't see that one.
Right. And then it escalated to every sister chiming in. There's like 48 of them.
Yes.
So they ended up just creating a Instagram account called the Atkins Sisters. And so you could see all 30 parts of this gas saga. It was quite entertaining.
I just really enjoy them.
I love them too. And did y'all know that baby that was singing Nationwide is that
her child?
That's Erica Campbell's daughter. I had no
the one
idea.
That we just watched, Shade.
Oh, Krista?
No,
the other one.
Zaya, something.
Oh, she was the baby?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was the baby singing that?
Mm-hmm. She's 12, 13 now.
Yep. She was singing her little ass off. Yep.
Is
Krista sings too. But anywho, Dustin, it's your turn.
All right. So my next song that I'm going to do is about family. And it's about delegating the responsibilities and shouldering the responsibilities sometimes after delegation, right? If the delegation is pointed toward you, sometimes you have to shoulder the responsibility to keep the family afloat. I do know that one thing that unifies a lot of the political, melee that we see, the fighting, and one thing we can all agree upon is that, children and families and things, need the best possible setup they can have, right? I think we all agree on that. So sometimes as a child, even, you have to help your parents or help your family. So the song that I'm going to put out goes out to anyone who may have experienced that burden of responsibility and may have had issues with that. You're not alone. So this song is by Clarence Carter. It's called Patches.
Patches, I'm depending on your son to pull the family through. My son, it's all left up to you.
Oh my God. Oh God.
I'm depending on your son to pull the family through. Every day I had to work the field. That's the only way to buy meals. You see, I was the oldest of the family. And everybody was depending on me. That's right. Patches.
He said, I was so poor. Folks used to call me Patches.
I was so raggedy. Folks used to call me Patches.
Raggedy. My face hurts so bad.
Let's do 2 more.
My next selection, you know, not everything is sitting in the darkness or you know, being depressed when it comes to mental. Sometimes we come out on the other side of things. And we feel good about coming out on the other side of things. And my next selection is Destiny Child, Free. Because sometimes when you feel like you've come over that hump, not to say that it'll never happen again, but when you feel like you've come over that hump, you know, you feel free. Ain't no feeling like being free when your mind's made up and everything else and whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, so they are in the minority. Oh. This is for all 7 of y'all. This is for you.
Call your girlfriend. Time we had that talk. Ooh, that is a song.
Call your girlfriend. It's time you had the talk. Give your reasons. Say it's not her fault.
It's not your fault. And you.
That sounds like the white version of Call Tyrone.
Listen, Robin, that song and Dancing on My Own. That's a song.
Yeah, that's a jam. Mm-hmm. Key change. He's like key change. I was like, not this nigga standing out over this track.
Listen.
Okay, that's a good one.
This is our last go around, friends.
All right. Whose turn is it?
It's yours, Jada Botes.
Even though this person is not colored, you know, they are probably black by injection, I'm sure. But
oh my God.
The song choice it follows my last song, Destiny's Child, Free. Because no matter what is kicking your ass, know that a whole lot of us are having our asses kicked right now by all kinds of mental health issues. But Elton John made a song that says, I'm still standing.
No, I'm still standing better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time.
And so that is my last selection on the playlist.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have several directions of which I can go, but I think I'm gonna play it safe.
Okay.
You know, we give her, and by we, I mean the collective black we, give her a lot of shit. And for what is worth, she's really an amazing artist. And there is a time in her life, hell, even now, that she has told us a bunch of times that she be going through the shit. Like, and she came out with an album that should have been called Going Through the Shit, but it wasn't. It was just an unplugged album. So my final selection is I Gotta Find Peace of Mind by Miss Lauryn Hill.
I thought it was something by I thought it was Croissant Michelle. Baguette Michelle.
Focaccia Michelle. No.
All right, well. My last song is about something that's difficult for all of us at times, especially when we're going through mental health issues. And it's accountability, right? Because sometimes, you can do what the old folks like to say. What do they call the old folks? Call them, this is me in my mega church. Sometimes we find ourselves doing what the old folks call it, in your own way. You understand? They say sometimes you're in your own way. But this song is about us staying out our own way. Okay. This song right here is about taking ownership of what you're doing in your life and coming to a realization.
Wow.
That there may need to be a pivot that takes place in the direction and the path that you are forging.
I just ran.
Sometimes you have to realize, and I hope you tithe, ladies and gentlemen. Please let the buckets pass to this crowd. Amen. To the church. Amen. Amen.
Oh, this is a prosperity.
And give it up for our choir. Give it up for our band, Frankie Beverly and Mays. Every Sunday we have Frankie Beverly and Mays here performing the music.
This is a non-denominational church.
Dustin Olstein.
That's right. And this song, okay, is about each and every one of my membership here today. We're here, my brethren and sistren.
Shabuya.
Okay. And my they then. My brethren, my sistren, and my they then. Okay.
Yes.
It's about all of us
Shabuya
taking accountability and understanding that just like the good brother MC Breed said in this song,
oh my God,
ain't no future in your front.
Shabuzi.
Always see East sober, but I do get geek. I can give you a job, a place to eat. Hardy, meet your homeboy Marty at a B.O.B. Party taking over, barking like a dog named Rover. I'm picking suckers like a 4-leaf clover. Everybody nerds on the Michael Jackson's Cobras.
E-Bobo.
ABCD.
Thank you.
LMNOP. Very good. Very good. Very good. We were members of your church, Dustin, just so you know.
Thank you.
Dustin Dollar.
You ain't paying nothing.
Dustin Dollar.
That's right. I'm going to be one of them, too. I'm going to have a private jet.
Dustin
all that shit. International ministries, baby. A church over in Aruba somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas for $200,000 for a threshing closet.
Yeah.
Weekly. I'm going to give back.
The Lord asked me to ask y'all to pay for this plane for me.
Even though you live in a 1-bedroom house.
It happens.
When?
No, the niggas in your church.
Oh yeah. I was just like, well, if I was the pastor. I'm finna be living large, big boy. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of work. I gotta give all of myself and be all of myself and concerned about y'all and thinking about y'all. That's a lot. I need to be compensated. So
you want your money. You want it now.
And look at this bill. Ain't it nice? You think Frankie Beverly getting up here for free every week, singing a hymnal? No, I got to pay them.
You see?
Okay.
Yeah, you remember at the top of this
Frankie
episode?
Beverly, maybe we'll do alternating weeks. So one week it's Frankie Beverly and Mays, and next week it's Morris Day and the Time. Well, I'll go back and forth between the two.
Bring Rufus back together. That's how. That's
Rufus.
Ashford and Simpson.
The Roots.
That's your church.
At my church, I'm gonna have a band, the Isley Brothers, fucking with me. Watch. That's gonna be the draw. You know, we gotta get those buttons.
Not
Highways
Questlove.
of my life into a gospel track. I see that.
Hey, on White Sundays, I'll even have because everybody welcome. So on the fifth it's like Sunday. A club. You got like the nights. You know what I'm saying? So on the White Sundays, I'm gonna have the Osmonds. You know, they doing wonderful things out in Vegas. Bring that into the church page. The Osmonds.
They're still with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at the Flamingo.
They freeze
down. At the Flamingo.
That's where Drag Race Live is.
The Flamingo. Well, it would make perfect sense for them to be there too. Then
it does.
You know, just the debauchery. I love it. But yes, that would be my plan for my church, and I can't wait to see you all there. That's my next act. You know.
Okay.
Bamboozlement.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely not going. He's gonna have ATMs in his church.
Yeah,
basketball hoops
and a smoking section.
Okay, maybe I'll.
It's time to go.
Made it hard.
Maybe I'll.
It's staying out of them tides. You gonna see where the money going. I'll tell you like that.
I won't say that I have money, but there will be signs.
Okay, and had one complaint. Y'all seen these cushy, wonderful chairs. Okay,
I will say. This non-denominational church I went to, the seats were immaculate. They were very plush. There were mustache chairs, or club chairs. They were really big, so it was like,
like the movie.
I can hold myself like a white woman in like,
or like Dustin in his casket.
Mine is gonna have baby shower chairs.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
Not
church gonna be baby shower.
Rack of rattan.
That is ethnic. How you gonna say everybody's welcome?
So don't nobody's hat get in the way.
He's gonna have them set up in a circle.
Don't nobody hat get in the way. You put a screen on the back. Again, you see where the dollars are going. You know what I'm saying? This all makes sense.
An iPad, a touch screen. Like
the whole church is Comfort Plus.
I'm reporting your church to the IRS.
You know what's a good idea though? They should have you know how they have those silent parties where they put the headphones on? They should have silent churches. So you have this one space and you could just go on your
pick
app
a denomination.
Pick a denomination or religion. You could go here and be like, oh, I want to, get a apostolic one, or I could be like, let me see what they doing down at the Buddhist temple. You just,
that's right.
I like that.
Get it on your app,
I like that.
And when you push the atheist button, don't nothing happen.
That's why I'm doing it in WeWork. That's why you do this in a WeWork.
It is
so
WeWork.
That way, yeah, it's WeWork. So that way, people just go to work. You know what I mean? I don't believe in nothing but the mighty dollar.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a problematic episode of Jaded XD.
It has. Thank you, Dustin, for stopping by.
It's been so long, and I just wanted to come. I had to beg and plead and bully my way through Jade.
Okay, you just don't come on here lying.
It wasn't XD. It was definitely Jade.
You don't come on here lying on my fucking show with my name in the title. You're not going to. No, you're not going to.
Not right.
Go lie on your own show about me. Don't lie here.
You did make me bully you into it. You did make me do that. Now, you did make me do that.
I don't make you do it. You sound like an abuser. Look at you. Yeah,
Gosh.
Look at you.
Son of a.
What do you have going on? Let the people
Dustin.
know, even though they already know, but let them know.
I appreciate you. So you can catch me every Wednesday, right? On the Friend Zone with Fran and Asante, my family. Every Wednesday, you can also catch me on Holding Court with Ebony K. Williams. We did win an NAACP Image Award.
Congratulations.
We did do that. So you can catch that. There's also a TED Talk available. I've joined the ranks of the illustrious XDs of the world. Yes. And I actually gave my own TED Talk. You can find that on YouTube as well. You can also catch me on the Reality with the King YouTube channel. I'm the Love and Marriage correspondent for Kingdom Reign Entertainment. So any of the Love and Marriage shows, they all come and interview with me every week. We have really good conversations over there where you get a different perspective from what you get on the show. I don't conduct hit piece gotcha interviews. I give them the floor and let them explain themselves. And so it's really been successful. So shout out to Carlos King for that look. Yeah, and it's a bunch of other shit coming on the pipeline. But just for now, that's where you can find me. Yeah, that's it.
Wonderful.
Well, we're always praying for you, Dustin Ross. And
thank you, Jay. You see, she said the coven's coming out. That's it. She's for, we always praying for you. Who?
Me and the community.
About, Jay?
Me and the community. Boogly boo.
And I thank you.
Boogly boo.
What's that gif of that?
Oh, yeah. That one cracks me up each and every time.
So funny, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's up. Thanks for having me. I'll be back if y'all have me. Y'all, XD, I know you will. I just got to worry about Ma Barker over there. But if I can get past her, then, we can do this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you
Love
release
y'all.
your hate of black women, you might be able to come back. All right, we'll see you all next week.
In your life. I can't believe you would make up a lie like that on me.
You just lied on me.
Don't put that out there.
Did you enjoy the Rice Krispie treats in your mentions?
Well, I blocked that out. I've been, you see, I didn't respond to anyone. Yeah. I knew that you all had sent that. I knew your nasty work and your nasty ways when I saw it, but that's okay because we can say I'm a professional. Okay, I came here today, took care of my business, and all I can say is, whether you're on Twitter or not, I'm going to get you back. Okay? just know that. That's all I got to say.
Oh, was this directed at me?
Uh-huh.
Now, how do you figure it's my fault that happened?
Because you literally told me you did it.
No.
She gleefully was gloating on the phone.
I told you XD is the one.
See some, me and XD sent some
said,
we
Dustin
sent some PPOA with something. You going to see it or whatever.
Nope, it was actually XD. Look at you.
Well, even if it was XD, I'm blaming it on you. Now, it's all you. Even if it was XD, it wasn't. I'm putting it on you because you're the bad one. You're the bad seed, just like that movie. The bad seed. That's you, Jay. The bad seed.
Muchas gracias, nigga. All right.
Until next time, friends. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, we're moving